This path that I've chosen to walk upon is a lonely endeavor. I find myself constantly at odds with people who should be in support of my creed. Yet it always brings us into confrontation, causing conflict within myself, begging me to ask the question, is it worth it? The struggle for black liberation is lonely. Welcome to the revolution. Black liberation is lonely. Not only is it lonely, it is frustrating. Very frustrating. Over the past couple years, I've been on a journey to understand who I am and what it means to be black. To understand my people and what makes us who we are. All of it. The history, the pain, the joy, the beautiful tragedy of black people. How do we come to end up in our current predicament is a question I often ask. Depending on who you ask that question to, there is no other reason outside of black people's iniquities. This couldn't be any further from the truth. When you start down this path and start departing from everything you've ever been taught, once you start to question education, religion, and the system, all things by which people put the utmost faith in, you tend to lose relationships and become estranged from people you've known all your life. This is heartbreaking. This path isn't for the faint of heart. Now, my grandma is somebody that was very instrumental in raising me and making me the man that I am today. She often gets angry at me and gets offended because I go against the grain. I'll do a deep dive about that dynamic in a later video. But my grandma is 62 years old. She is at church almost every other day of the week. And she had only $20 left in her purse and her lights was off. Best believe them $20 going into the offering basket. Imagine the arguments we get into for me having the nerve, the audacity to believe the people of the Bible look like her. Scattered all over the hood, we have the most churches in our communities than any other. If religion is based on who prays the hardest, then what other people are outdoing black people? I never seen anyone pray harder than a black woman. If man is made in the image of God, and the first man and woman were melanated and originated in Africa, what does that mean for God? Yeah, imagine being taught something one way for 62 years of your life, and your 22-year-old grandson tries to tell you something different. Yeah, we get into it. She wants to save my soul from damnation, and I want to save her soul from white supremacy. I must make peace with the fact that she'll never see the things the way that I do. This path is lonely because the people you want to share this knowledge, this truth, this liberation with aren't open to it. The foundation of their understanding is rooted in lies. Who's gonna believe you when you say God is black when the people who have power over your food, money, and welfare are white? Who's gonna believe you when you tell black people they were kings, queens, prophets, and builders of civilization when the only thing we taught about our history in school is enslavement? The biggest lie ever told is that the only thing the African contributed to mankind was free labor. Now the only thing we can aspire to be is that nigga and that bitch, with the highest thing being an athlete or an entertainer. We've allowed ourselves to be resigned to this box with very little pushback. So how dare you decide to step out of that box and say we're more? How do you heal a people afflicted with such a poison? How do you unify people so divided? How do you teach solidarity to a people that have been bred and conditioned for centuries to hate themselves? These are the questions that keep you up at night. So while others are fast asleep, your eyes are wide open, peering into the gaze of wickedness and evil. Black liberation is lonely because as a people, we seldom see eye to eye. Matter of fact, it's more like eye for an eye. In communities where the blind lead the blind, not by mistake, but by grand design. There are those of us who see each other as the problem, the enemy, so we seek each other's extinction. There are those of us who see the true source of our issues as a people and decide to ignore them. They no longer have hope in Black people. Then there are those of us who see our problems, that dedicate our lives to the struggle and the cause of finding solutions. Those of the latter are far and few in between. For those chosen few, I make this channel and this space for you to join and rally together in the creed of Pan-Africanism and Black liberation. Thank you for watching.